Welcome to Heat Check, powered by Defunct.com. These are the highest selling vintage t-shirts on eBay over the last 2 weeks. Coming in at number 10, we have the In Memory of Notorious B.I.G. t-shirt. These are like, parking lot boot rap tees. These are awesome. This style is very much the 90s hip-hop style. This one looks like it's in really good condition. The graphic looks like it's in like really good condition. Typically, these get cracked and faded pretty good. There's obviously some fading, like where it was looks like where it was folded, but that's nothing that we would not have expected from a t-shirt from this age. But love the graphic on the front, super dope. This one, I have not seen this particular design, though. We have seen plenty because there were a lot of them being sold all over the place after his death. But this one sold for $1,250. At number 9, this is the second week in a row that we've had a Truckers Only 3D emblem t-shirt make the list. Pretty surprising. We've never, since the last 2 weeks have been the only time we've seen a Truckers Only tee actually make the heat check ever. So having one in back-to-back weeks is pretty crazy. If you don't know anything about Truckers Only was a line that 3D emblem printed for. It was sold in truck stops, just like the Harley-Davidson t-shirts. But these were a little bit less popular, and it appears, though, that the 3D emblem craze is just evolving and growing to some of their more or less known t-shirt designs. This one's pretty cool. The graphic on the front's cool. Graphic on the back. Let's see where the back pictures are. Man, looks like, yeah, here we go. The back. Trucking's a rough life, but somebody's got to do it. I don't know. I assume that's their wife and not a lot lizard. But yeah, dope t-shirt. I wish if this is truly heating up, I wish I had some dead stock Truckers Only a couple years ago. But either way, it's cool. It's cool to see that the 3D emblem craze is expanding and growing a little bit. The t-shirt looks like it's in good condition. I believe the size. What size do they say this one is? They say. Can I see it? I don't see it. Size type regular. Medium, size medium is right in front of me. Size type medium, which is actually kind of small. I mean, if this was larger, it might have gone even more valuable. But this one sold for $1,300. Next up, another t-shirt that I've never had this particular t-shirt, but I used to listen to this band when I was an anarcho punk, crusty guy back in the day. Here we have the Rudimentary Peni t-shirt on the Marina tag. I actually really like these, having the 3 different photos here right off the bat. I wish eBay would let you do this automatically, because this would be really convenient to show some information, especially to distinguish like modern t-shirts from vintage t-shirts really easily. But anyway, dope t-shirt right here. I actually was never a huge Rudimentary Peni fan. I didn't think they were all that great. I prefer Crass and several other bands to this one. But the t-shirt goes hard, and the price goes even harder. This one sold for what they wanted for it, $1,300. That's crazy. Next up, we have another bootleg rap tee style t-shirt in the TLC Sweet Harmony rap tee. Let's go ahead and give us our. This is not really how you want to measure, by the way. You want to measure pit to pit, not necessarily like the middle of the abdomen. Not that that's going to be dramatic, but sometimes these do taper a little bit, so you got to bring that up here. And I know they probably didn't want to do that as the cover photo because that would get in the front of this, but just word of the wise. Either way, here's the front on the SBW size XL, good size. Here's the backside, a little bit more risque on this one, but graphic looks like it's in good condition. This one is a dope t-shirt, and this one sold for $1,350. Then we have the vintage Neon Genesis Evangelion cast t-shirt. Here we go with some more anime. You guys know I don't know much about anime. but the graphic looks super cool on this one. Looks like it's in like beautiful condition too. Here it's on the Screen Stars. I believe this is like the European Screen Stars. Full cut original tee, single stitch, 1998. Super dope. This is a cool tee. I'll give him that for sure. I'm not a huge anime fan, but this one's cool for sure. We've seen basically an anime tee in this position, like right 6 or 7, 8, somewhere around there, like almost every week for like the last several weeks. That just speaks to the consistency and the value of some of these rare anime t-shirts. This one is no exception. This one sold for $1,400. Then we have a 2001 Sade Lovers Rock t-shirt. We have seen this design somewhat recently. Last week we had a different Lovers Rock design, so that this one will make the list. We had this design, I think maybe a couple weeks, a month ago. It showed up, so if it keeps showing up, we may retire it. But Sade tees just non-stop sell. This is just like so consistent. This one's dope. Let me see if we can get some. This is a Lofty size XL. Nice. Not even made in the USA. This was like made in Honduras. So, but that 2001 makes sense. But yeah, double stitch right there. You got to be careful because you might pass over one of these thinking it's a modern reprint if you're looking at just the stitching. But another good one. We've seen this one a few times, but this one sold for $1,400 as well. Then next up, we have the Big Daddy Kane. It's a Big Daddy thing. Graphic wrap tee. This one sold out of Ontario due to U.S. policies. Import fees will be needed to pay to customs or the shipping carrier on delivery. That sucks, but I'm not the one buying it. Big Daddy Kane. We have it back here on the back. It's a Big Daddy thing. We've not seen this t-shirt design. It's the first time, but you can see right there where'd it go. Right there. There's the backstage pass logo. The tag faded out. Not surprising for a t-shirt this old. But dope t-shirt for sure. This one sold for $1,500. Then at number 3 we have another 3D emblem. This is a Harley-Davidson. This is the South is where it's at, but this is like there are basically 2 the South is where it's at designs. There might be more, but there's 2 that are the most notable. And one of the old one we retired, and we don't really show it if it shows up, and it hasn't shown up in a while. There was a while that it was selling for tons of money, multiple thousands. But this one is the less desirable version, and is probably a little bit more rare too. I don't see it as often. But the South is where it's at, kind of looking like a Jack Daniels label here. 3D emblem size XL, great size for a 3D emblem. Single stitch, obviously. South Lynchburg, Virginia. Auto Trucker Plaza. Dope 3D emblem tee. They're always looking. People are always looking for this t-shirt. So anytime you have 3D emblem, you got some money. So this one is sick. This one sold for $15.55. Then at number 2, we have the 9 Inch Nails, but this is the Woodstock version, which has this like glitched out 9 Inch Nails. This was apparently only sold at Woodstock 94. So that's pretty cool. The downward spiral is an exclusive. We saw this one make the list a few weeks back. And so no surprise on the All Sport Pro Weight size L large. So dope t-shirt. Definitely one of my favorite 9 Inch Nails t-shirts. This particular variation, obviously a bit more rare. So definitely a collector's piece in that sense. Not a whole lot to say. We've seen this design a few times, and not specifically the glitch design, even though this t-shirt might make the list even without the glitch design just because it's a popular one. But this one's cool. This one sold for $1,570. Then at number 1, we have the Wu-Tang Clan. Enter the Wu-Tang wrap tee. This one is looks like it's in great condition outside of, I'm mostly speaking about the graphic. The hole sucks. You can repair that pretty easily, especially on that seam. But the graphic, even that one is pretty rough. My apologies. I spoke too soon. These can all be repaired, and I would definitely have them repaired. Looks like, they might be dry rot. They're on the seam, so that, typically that's not the problem. See, look how, I would be concerned about dry rot. I'd be concerned that those are dry rot because, look how, dark that color is. Let's see. Do they say? Let's keep looking. The graphic stuff looks like such good. Like this, yeah, dude. I would be so concerned about dry rot. It does not look like. I mean, this looks like it's been. I mean, maybe once. This is an incredible graphic on the back. The shadow boxing. I bet. Let's take a look. Let's down here at the. Where the heck do they put the description these days? It's like harder and harder to find. It says no dry rot. I tested it. Also rinsed it underwater. No dye came off the shirt. I mean, I'll take your word for it. But I think this T-shirt would have gone for more. Obviously, without the damage, it would have gone for more. But I think this T-shirt would have gone for more if it was, not suspiciously dry rot, potential dry rot. Either way, it's a dope T-shirt, and if you can repair those repairs and, pray to God that it actually isn't dry rot, this is probably the cooler Wu-Tang Clan tees that we have seen on this list before. So congratulations, though, to the seller. Looks like he did his due diligence trying to make sure that it was no dry rot, even though it does have some holes along the seams. And that would make sense. If the holes along the seams, there are probably problems with the seams, not necessarily with the fabric. So all in all, super dope T-shirt, size XL, even better. This one sold for exactly what he wanted for it, $19.99.99 for the #1 spot.